in one of your books, you have said that it's a myth that we need to make tacit knowledge explicit and systemized. So, can you elaborate on it?
Yes, I have a couple of examples to illustrate the futility of trying to make all of our tacit knowledge explicit. First of all, the very idea of that makes me feel tired. That sounds like a lot of work, and anything that sounds like a lot of work is probably the wrong thing to do. We need to understand and appreciate tacit knowledge, which is deeply held personal expertise and experience in its tacit form. And let me give you an example. We were working with a very, very large heavy industry company that was involved in creating government proposals. And this was also in the defense industry. So you can imagine all of the paperwork and documentation for providing extremely heavy equipment on a defense industry contract. A lot of paperwork. So they had a very nice automated system to handle all of the documentation and writing of these proposals. In the very beginning, in the early conversations around statement of work, there were out of thousands of tiny little decisions about this proposal. One of the decisions was, we don't need fasteners in this proposal, they have them on hand. Okay. So they make up the statement of work. It's passed along in the documents to the next group that's going to work on it, the RFP. So they're working with those, refining the documents, and they go, well, why are there no fasteners? Is this a mistake? And so they run around trying to figure out, why was this decision made, or was it a decision? Did you overlook it? They finally find the person who knows that story and get the answer to their question. Okay, good. All right, that's solved. So they wrap up that part of the proposal writing. They send it on to the pricing group. Pricing gets the proposal, and they look at it and they go, why are there no fasteners? Is this a mistake? The story of that proposal is held by real people. You cannot create a notes section big enough to comprehensively hold that kind of tacit knowledge and decision making. If anybody bothered to fill it out, if anybody bothered to read it. So one of the things that they came to is that people who were involved in the very early stage, some of those roles in that activity needed to carry over to the next phase so that the story would travel as well. It's a waste of time and energy to try to document all of that personally held information. The question might never come up, but if it does, if the real person is there, it's answered instantly. Right? So we need to appreciate that tacit knowledge is legitimate knowledge. It's not bad knowledge because it's tacit and not written down somewhere or made explicit. We need to honor that those stories that people hold are legitimate forms of knowledge, but they do travel human to human, and we need to make sure that the opportunities for that storytelling happen in any complex business activity.